my name is Ivaylo Mechkarski, I'm 21 years old and this is my entry for the 2017 Zero Waste Scholarship Contest by HRC. I've cooked crispy mackerel with potato cakes and a delicious tomato sauce. So in order to cook zero waste, you have to follow 5 steps that I've made. The first one is planning. Planning is essential, be it you're a home cook or a professional cook, you have to plan for what you're gonna cook throughout the week. Number 2 is you have to store your food properly. Proper food storage means that it's gonna last longer and you're gonna be able to make the most out of your ingredients. Number 3 is you have to use versatile ingredients. Do not buy a single item that you're gonna use for just one single dish and keep it in storage in your fridge for 2 months. It does not make sense, just don't do it. Number 4 is you have to make leftovers into an exciting new dish. And the potato cakes come in that form, because I used leftover potatoes to make them. And number 5 is just try to give back. Donation is always an option. If you cannot use any of the ingredients even though you followed all the steps, just give it to someone who will appreciate it for what it is. Thank you. First we're gonna fillet the mackerel. We start by making a cut through below this fin all the way to the spine. Same from the other side. Then you turn it with the belly facing upwards. You slide your knife under the fin and you cut. That way. Oh wait, I have to make a little cut here in order to unite them, and then you just snap the head. Make a shallow cut through the belly. Make sure you don't damage the intestines. Just like this. And they just come off. Take everything out and wash the fish. Okay, so after the fish is washed, we're gonna fillet it. And you place your knife on top of the spine and you just cut, pressing down. Make sure you don't cut any of the meat. All the way down. And all you're left with is the spine, which we're gonna use later on for the sauce. Now we have to get rid of these bones right here and the rib cage. In order to get rid of the rib cage, you just locate where exactly the bones are and you make a cut. Sure to take these bones out because it's a fillet and you don't want any of them inside. So after you're done deboning the fish, just cover it with a generous amount of salt and sugar. That will bring out the moisture out of the fish and firm it up. And put it in the fridge for about half an hour. While the fish is resting, we can make the fish bouillon, so to say. You get some celery, just roughly chop it up. Put it in a pot. Get your carrots, chop it up. It's almost like making a stock, but with fish. Then you put in your leftover fish, including the heads. Just put it in there. You get some thyme, just pop it in there. And some peppercorns. Get a bunch, just put them on the board. Crush them. Put them inside. And just pop them in. We just finish off with some salt. And just cover with water. So while the fish stock is coming up to the boil, we're just gonna chop up some tomatoes. I've already peeled them, they're homegrown, they're very nice, and just dice them up real fine. Okay, so you add the last tomato, you crush the garlic, just press it with your knife, gonna make it easier to peel, let's hope so. Crush it a little more, until you can peel easily. Okay, just cut this little bottom right here, and you just chop it up. Just chop it up. Add it in there. Tomatoes. Add a splash of olive oil. A little bit, put it on a little higher than medium, add some oregano, dried oregano, and last but not least, some tomato paste. Okay, so the fish has been brought to the boil, so you just lower the heat and let it simmer for about 20 minutes to half an hour. So you add the tomato paste to the tomatoes, you give it a good stir with a wooden spoon. This, and just pick some fresh basil leaves, just a few, like 3 or 4. You put them together, starting with the biggest one on the bottom, and you just roll them up like a cigar. You cut that. And add that straight to the tomatoes. It doesn't need to be finely chopped, so just give it a quick stir. And let that bring up to the boil, and we're gonna let it cool down. After that, put it on, check on it, and don't forget to skim the fish stock out of any unnecessary things like this. Okay, so now we're gonna make some breadcrumbs out of some yellow bread. We can't use it for anything else, so might as well utilize it. Put in some salt and pepper, so they're seasoned. And just bag them up. Okay, so now we're just gonna grate some Parmesan cheese into the breadcrumbs. Just put that aside and just start grating. Just give them a good mix. This is what you should end up with. Okay, after we're done with the breadcrumbs, I have some leftover boiled potatoes, which I'm gonna turn into a potato dough. Okay, so for this you just need just a little flour, an ordinary spoon, and some butter. Season them up first with some salt and pepper. And just mix them up. And you put some butter, just like a teaspoon of butter. It has to be soft butter. You cannot get it out of the fridge and put it straight in the potatoes because it will not mix. Okay, so give it a good mix, and after that you just put like half a spoon of flour. Just put it right there and continue mixing until you have the dough, the potato dough. Give it a little taste. Definitely needs more salt. And pepper. Always taste your food while you're making it, so when you're done, you're gonna have a delicious meal and you won't have to add salt, pepper, or whatever. Okay, so after the dough is mixed, just put a little flour on your board, put some on your hands, and let's make some croquettes. Just put it there, give it a little, make it into a small bowl, and you want them about this big. So proceed with all of them until your dough is no more. Okay, just finish up the last one. Put that to the side. Just get some more flour if you need it. And that's it for the potato cakes. Okay, so now we're gonna bread the potato cakes, and for that you just need to whisk one egg. Stuff in there. Okay, so first you dip the potato cake in the egg. Drain it of any excess egg and just pop it in the breadcrumbs and just give it a good roll. Because that breadcrumb when fried is gonna be super crunchy and delicious. And you just proceed with all the other potato cakes. Don't worry if you just lose the shape, it's not so important. Okay, so let's proceed with the fish stock. So the fish stock is ready, it's been about half an hour, and we're just gonna drain it through a colander. Oh, that beautiful. If you want, you can run it through a more thin colander, but I'm happy with this. See, it's clear, it's not that cloudy, and you just add it to the tomatoes and let that simmer off until it thickens up. You don't add the whole thing, you just half of it. Give it a good mix. Crank up the heat and leave that to simmer. So we're gonna rinse the fish in some cold water to get rid of all the salt and sugar. Just give it a good rinse. Then you get a paper towel and you pat them dry as much as you can, because we do not want any water on the fish. Okay, so we turn on the stove, put some olive oil, and get it nice and hot. It's essential because otherwise the fish is gonna get oily and it's just not gonna taste very good. Okay, so just do it like this, and meanwhile we season the fish. Okay, so the pan is smoking hot and we put the fish skin side down. That's how we're gonna cook it for most of the time, so it can get crispy. So you can see the sides are turning white. That means the fish is cooked perfectly on the bottom, and now we're just gonna flip it over to finish it out on this side. Let that sit for a while, about 30 seconds to 1 minute, and just take them off on a paper towel to drain any excess grease out. So while the fish is resting, we're gonna do the potato cakes. Just let the pan get nice and hot again and just pop them inside. They don't need much since the potato is already cooked, so we just need them to turn golden brown. Shake. And they're gonna be needing about 30 seconds to a minute each side. So I've turned the potato cakes and we're just gonna give them. After another 30 seconds, you just take them off on a paper towel and drain them of any excess grease or fat that may be left on them. So now we're gonna begin plating the dish. So you just take 2 of the potato cakes, place them in the top part of the plate. Then you take your beautiful piece of fish, put it below them. Take a couple spoons from the tomato sauce, just place them directly under the fish. And put a little leaf of basil. Finish it up. And here you have crispy mackerel with potato cakes and tomato salsa. Enjoy!